beautiful. Yes.
Right.
Good morning to all in the daily antidote of song. My name is Denis and I'm here with my guitar. Let's all be together with our smiles and harmony. Get ready for some talk and some beautiful song. I know there's stuff going on in the world outside our room, but here we can just be together for a while, and we can sing and we can laugh and enjoy each other's warmth. So now I want to welcome you all into our session. Good morning to Joe. I know you're out there in your car somewhere driving along the road. Without Joe, we'd never be together like this. So let's all say hello to Joe and to Jaden, who's doing all the tech today and keeping us all connected. And to our wonderful guest, I'm looking forward to hearing her song, Deirdre Murtha. Say hello to Deirdre. And to Arlene and to Susan and another Susan G. And to Ruth in Birmingham and to Carolyn. My screen is jumping around. Oh, here we go. And to Luda, my friend in Victoria, and to Jenny in Suffolk. And 824 days we've been doing this. Well, I've been there for a lot of them. And Carolyn, thank you for reminding us. And Anne in Nashville, hello. And Bonnie in Boise, hello. And Deborah in Kentucky. Nice if you put where you're coming from, because it's kind of nice to know. And Storm, welcome Storm. And Mabel with her bears. And Anne in Maryland. And Karen. And Sue, Sean, and Steve, and Michelle Schuster, and Kevin in DC, welcome to you all. And Curly Tops in Vermont, and I don't know how to pronounce the name of your city, so I'm going to move on and say hello to Sheila in North Florida, and welcome to James Heartless, and to Nett, and to Amanda, and to Deli, and to Bob, and to Nancy, and her cow, and to Hoda in BC, and to Bronwyn, and to Bob, and to Julie in Ontario, and to Kate, who is wandering somewhere in North America, and to Jane, and to Bob on his iPhone, and my friend Tom in Victoria, and to Amos, and to Kathy, and to Tusi. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. So welcome everyone to the Antidote of Song. I'm here with my guitar. It's a beautiful day, and let's all sing together as we enjoy each other's company on the daily, not the weekly, not the monthly, not the annual, but the daily antidote of song, of song. All right, welcome everybody. All right, Joe asked me to host this morning, and I'm very happy to be here and do it. I think this is a wonderful thing. I've talked to a lot of people about it and got a lot of people online who are coming in and watching and experiencing all the different wonderful songwriters, song leaders, song singers who have been on this on the last 824 days. Isn't that astonishing? All the way through the pandemic. And so, yeah, she asked me to do this today, and I'm very happy to do it because I do a lot of sea songs. I think that sea songs are wonderful, wonderful songs. They often have great choruses, and you can sing along with them. And the person that we have today, Deirdre Murtha, does a lot of sea songs. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Not lately, but later. And so I'm going to introduce her right now. Deirdre, unmute yourself and come online.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Dennis, I must say that was a very impressive hello song. I had not heard that before. That was really lovely. So yes, nice to see everybody. I live in Connecticut, and we've been enjoying glorious July weather, I have to say. Not too hot, not too cold, and just so really nice. So happy summer. Hope you're experiencing nice weather where you are too.
We have sun where we are here. How many people have sun?
Sun.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. So should I? Yes. Okay. All right. So I do sing a lot of sea music. I'll put it out there like that. Sea shanties and maritime music of all different kinds. So today I'm not going to share a shanty per se, but I'm going to share a song that one of my fellow shanty friends wrote back in 1985. And his name is Jan Christensen, and his song is The Ghosts of Ellis Island. And it's not a song I actually lead. I will say that, full disclosure. I've sung along with it for 30 plus years. I've played along with it. I don't actually lead it, so I will be looking at some words today. Full disclosure. It's a wonderful song, and it's an important song about immigrants coming to this country. So not a new idea, rather it's a timeless idea, and it's just a really wonderful song. I think you'll be able to sing along very soon after hearing it. It's an important song, I think, to share and to put out there and to keep going. And I'd like people to know about Jan Christensen because he's a wonderful person and a wonderful songwriter, guitarist, and singer. He and I are members of what's called the New York Packet, and we are a group of about 12 members, give or take, over the years that represent South Street Seaport Museum in New York City. So we have been running monthly shanty sings there for over 30 years. They've been going on since the 70s, but the Packet themselves have been running shanty sings for a very long time. If anybody has any interest in shanty sings, they contact South Street, and then we are the representatives that will go sing shanties for people outside of the seaport as well. So Jan is a member of that. So we've known each other a long time. So this is his song, The Ghosts of Ellis Island, and I will say, I'll sing the chorus first, but I will tell you that the music is the same for the chorus and the verses, so that will help as well. So the chorus, I'm going to put this in the key of A, and in New York we call it the key of A. So key of A, if anybody wants to strum or play along, it's really just a very simple 1-4-5 chord progression. I'm on my ukulele today, and the chorus goes like this. Come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand down the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. Okay, so that's the melody, and it's got some good range there, and just a really singable song. So let's see, Dennis and Jordan, should I sing the whole thing? Should I go through the whole song? Yes? Okay, so I'll sing the whole song, and I think you have the words there in the chat.
Actually, Deirdre, why don't you just line out the chorus, maybe line by line, or a couple of lines at a time, that kind of
Okay,
thing.
okay, sure. Yep. All right, so come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. So let's sing that together. Come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Let's do that. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? So we'll put those first 4 lines together. Well, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Okay, and then do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? So let me go up there. Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. So we'll go do it from, do you have some relative there on the shore? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. Let's sing the whole thing together. Come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. All right. Should we go ahead and sing the whole song? Yes? Okay. So this could apply to any and all groups coming over here, but we'll hear about some in this song. All right, so we'll start. So again, I'm in key of A. If anybody wants, this is also a great. It has sort of a little bit of a calypso feel. If anybody wants to shake a shaker or add some percussion. Oh, my name is Juan, and I came to this country on the boatlift from Mariel Bay. As I walked around the streets of the city, I heard some people say, oh, they all look funny and they don't speak English. They're taking our jobs away. Then from out of the past I heard people who came to an island in New York Bay. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. Oh, my name is Pat and I come from Killarney, where I worked with both of my hands. And the crops they failed and the agent came, he threw me off of the land. So I crossed the ocean with my pack on my back, and I hope they will let me stay. Now the old world is gone, I can see a new home from this island in New York Bay. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social
rocks all day. Though I'm tattered and torn, I see dreams being born. Oi!
Whoa, we're all wired.
Okay, everybody. So there's obviously been some kind of a tech hitch here. Deirdre is muted somehow. Deirdre, you're muted.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. How did I get muted?
Hang on, we'll get ourselves back together soon.
Hi, friends. Sorry, that is my big tech flop. Can we just make sure everyone who's not Deirdre is muted right now? My mistake. Deirdre, would you start from wherever you left?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much, everybody.
Oh, my name is Rivka, and I come from Russia, where I never knew luxury. Then the Cossacks came with their swords and their guns. They killed all my family. So I came here where people don't live in fear, and I'll sweat in your dress shops all day. Though I'm tattered and torn, I see dreams being born on this island in New York Bay. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand down the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. Oh, my name is Guido, and I come from Palermo, where I laid the bricks all day. But I had a dream that was bigger than Palermo, and that's why I sailed away. Now I'll build your subways, and I'll climb your buildings, and I'll save up all of my pay, so that next year my wife and my children can come to this island in New York Bay. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. One more verse. Well, we are the ghosts of old Ellis Island. We have our tales to tell. Some left a good life to come over here, and some left a living hell. But we crossed the sea and we built this land, as you will in your very own way. And to you who have come, we all say, welcome home to this island in New York Bay. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, hey, welcome to the land of the free. And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. Isn't that a great song? Woohoo! And of course it could be added to, right? Many more verses could be written.
Right, a verse for every different place that people came
Of
from.
course, right.
Wow.
Yeah, and he wrote this, I believe, in 1985, so, but it's still relevant today, of course. And
Yeah, Deirdre, why is it relevant? What's going on in the song that makes it that way? I think I know the answer, but I would like to hear you say something about that.
well, the door, I think, is always open. People still regard our country as a land of opportunity, and there's so much poverty and just religious rights being taken away around the world that people are still coming here, and in droves. And it's they want to be here, where they know they will have the right to live a uh, to live their life the way they would like to, and hopefully for the common good. But there's been challenges, and there are every day. So people are sent back to their homes, or they're denied outright, and families are broken apart. So it is at the border of our country, but just so I just think it's relevant because, and this song was Jan wrote this before Hamilton said, "Immigrants, we get the job done." It's a relevant song, I think, and a timeless song.
Yeah, I can't really, I'm not really qualified to speak about it because I'm living in Canada, but I was sort of looking south of the border and seeing some of the things going on. It's almost like some people have forgotten the heritage that you folks, the amazing heritage that you've built there in rejecting some people in favor of others and that kind of thing going on. And
Right.
I think it's very sad because I think that you're right. It's a model for everybody in the world that that kind of acceptance was there, and it still is to a large extent, I think. But
Right, and not to see them as not to see immigrants as an us and them. I mean, so as the song says, they come here and they work hard, and they can absolutely be a part of the American population,
Right.
and part of their communities in such strong and positive ways. So and everyone should be given an opportunity for a better life. So
there you go.
and the hardships are not just economic, but I mean that just when they come here not speaking, they come here speaking their own language, and they have to learn a new language and things that we take for granted. So
So Deirdre, you do a lot of sea songs. You sing with another group, the Johnson
Yes.
Girls. Tell us
Yes.
about the Johnson Girls.
So the Johnson girls have been together for, I think we're going on our 26th year, and we formed when we had been going. Well, we had already been singing down at South Street, not so much as the Packet. I guess it was around the same time that it all sort of came together around the same time in the early to mid 90s. There was a sing at South Street, and we all met there at the Siemens Church Institute, and just really enjoyed singing shanties, period, but also singing in a room full of wonderful harmony singers. And then we found ourselves out of Mystic Festival, and everybody on stage was male, and and here we were like singing harmonies and stuff in the background, and we just kind of thought, it's time to form a women's group. Now, I actually was not part of that first year, so I'm getting my math a little tricky. They formed in 97, and I joined in 98.
Okay.
So it was a kind of a fluid time. But so it was time. But the Liverpool Judies out of the DC area were, I think they were the first women's group in this country, in the United States, to sing maritime music. They weren't specifically like a shanty group, but they did some shanties, I think, and also maritime music. And now, fast forward, we're still doing our thing, and we've gotten early on. We got a lot of pushback. What are you trying to do? Break it into our genre? I mean, not in a malicious way, but just people didn't know what to make of us. And being New Yorkers, we had a little bit of an attitude that we might have put forth with our songs. But we really know what we're singing about also. I mean, I think in the end, that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter whether you're male, female, purple, or green. As long as you've done your research and you really know what's behind the songs. Now, are we sailors? No, we've certainly done some sailing. I kayak a little bit. We've all been on done the work on sailboats, whether they were berthed at Mystic Seaport or out to sea on somebody's boat. So we know what's behind
Sure. Yeah.
the shanties, and we know that how the cadence and the rhythms slow down when you're doing the work. We know the purpose of the shanties. They're sailors' work songs, and they weren't sung if people weren't working.
And we were talking earlier about the fact that things are opening up. So you've got some gigs coming up.
Yes. So We're singing up in with David Coffin next weekend
Oh
up
yeah,
in Rockport, Massachusetts.
yeah. I know David.
We're also singing at Mystic actually next Friday, and then Rockport on Saturday, and then we're going on an Irish sale, and we're singing up out of Gloucester next Irish music sale on Sunday, and and then we have like we're doing something on a farm in August, and then a couple of festivals. So like we'll be at the Greenport Festival out in Long Island in the end of September. Something in Rhode Island, Blackstone River Theater. So yeah, things are starting to come in and
Yeah,
happen.
so
Really
people,
exciting.
I just want to say something about singing in harmony and singing shanties. Some of
Hmm.
my favorite times in my life of singing in harmony. I've just been in a pub or in a room or a
Absolutely.
church
Yeah.
basement or something like
Hmm.
that, singing with a bunch of shanty singers. It's an amazing experience. And if people want to have that kind of experience with you folks,
Hmm.
where can they go? Is there a website they can go to,
Um,
Deirdre, that kind of has those stuff?
yeah. I don't have it on hand right now, but I'll throw out the name Lynn Knoll, Lynn,
Okay.
and then Noel. Um, Lynn Knoll. Well, let's see. She at one time I think she might still organize a Northeast shanty list.
Okay.
You could probably Google shanties in the Northeast, and you'd probably get the mailing list that she organizes.
All right.
Um, right now, I think it's called the Mermaid's Tavern, and it might be connected with that. It's something she started during the pandemic, like a kind of an online concert site. But she's been great about organizing a list for people to access
Great.
online. So, like for instance, I live in kind of the New York end of Connecticut, and my husband and I started a shanty sing in our area. It's called the Rowayton Shanty Sing, and there's a Facebook page for that. So
Mm.
if anybody, but we have people who come from an hour away because there's nothing in this area. So we were always going to South Street, and we were going to Mystic, and there was nothing in this end of Connecticut and the Westchester area. So that's once a month, and so South Street also has a shanty sing on the first Sunday of the month, and we're now back on the Waver Tree ship in port. We did it via Zoom for a couple of years, and then we did a hybrid, just like everybody else has been doing to keep it
Hmm.
going.
Yeah.
But now we're back on the ship for Sunday of the month.
So
Um,
people can just Google, can't they? They can probably
yes,
find stuff on
yes,
the
South Street
shanty singing
Seaport
in the Northeast,
Museum.
that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Has a wonderful
So an
monthly
urban
shanty
New
sing.
Yorker,
Yeah,
Deirdre,
yeah.
but you're singing shanties. What is it about sea songs that grabs you?
Well, many things. I want careful what you ask for. Well, I'll just say personally, I grew up in an Irish traditional music family,
Right.
and I gravitated when I was in my 20s and I lived in New York. I gravitated towards going to Irish sessions, and that's very much solo singing, and that's fine. It's a lovely sean-nós, lovely style of singing, and I enjoyed that. But I missed singing harmony with other people
Hmm.
because in school I was always in choirs and um, choruses, and I really really loved to sing harmony. I think I prefer that actually than singing solo. So um, I fell into yeah, somebody. I was in the Revels, the New York Revels, for
Oh
two
yeah.
years, and I met, and that led to a couple of singing parties, and then I found out about South Street through that, and I just, like you said, a room full of harmony singers singing shanties is just
Hmm.
divine. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I agree.
it
I
is
agree.
really such a spine tingling, heartwarming, soul, you know, supportive feeling.
Wonderful.
And I still sing Irish, but I not so much solo anymore. I really do
Okay.
prefer singing in harmony with people. So,
So
um, and at South Street and in the Johnson Girls, New York Harbor has a huge history, obviously a maritime history, and still is an active harbor. And so we have really enjoyed kind of learning about the maritime history in New York, trying to represent that in our songs whenever possible,
nice.
like the Black Ball line, and and then just over the years we could get up there and do an hour of call and response songs, but that can get a little boring. for people listening. So it's been a challenge, a really wonderful challenge to come up with different arrangements. And we don't want to stray too far from trad and get, as we say sometimes, too choral. So it's a challenge to come up with different, shanties from different parts of the world, maybe in different languages, a different soundscape, a different arrangement. Sometimes we'll double up on leads, or we'll take turns, we'll layer it. So it's been really fun to kind of, but we always look for songs that are not often heard either.
Sure. So speaking of songs that might not be often heard, why don't we have a last go
Okay.
through of your song?
Okay.
How about the last verse and the chorus?
Okay, I'm not a good time manager. I just saw, wow, 12:33. Woo. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Well, I'm glad people have the words there. I know there's a lot of words in this song. So we'll do, okay, last verse and chorus? Yes?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so key of A. Oh, we are the ghosts of old Ellis Island. We have our tales to tell. Some left a good life to come over here, but some left a living hell. But we crossed the sea and we built this land, as you will in your very own way. And to you who have come, we all say, welcome home to this island in New York Bay. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relative there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, welcome to the land of the free. And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, hey, welcome to the land of the free. Jan Christensen, The Ghosts of Ellis Island.
All right.
Great song.
Thank you, Deirdre. Thank you, Deirdre. Give her a shout out to Deirdre for all of these she does and continues to do.
Thank you.
All right.
And thank you so much for running this for 842 days?
824 days.
24.
And counting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. It really has lifted our spirits for a long time now. Well, thank you so much. I'll unmute myself, or mute myself, and enjoy your goodbyes.
So goodbye to Deirdre and her lovely, wonderful song that we could all sing along with. And we hope to sing some more as I say goodbye to everybody. And to Jojo in her car somewhere on the road. And to Jaden, who is keeping us all connected. And goodbye to Arlene and Susan, and to Susan G and Caroline, and to Luda in Victoria, and to Caroline, and Anne of Nashville, and Bonnie in Boise, and Deborah in Kentucky, and my old buddy Storm, who maybe I'll meet one day, and Bob and Mabel and their bears, and Anne in Maryland, and Sue, Shawm, and Kevin in D.C. with his flute, Curly Tops, and Sheila, and James Harkless, and Nancy with her cow, and Bob in Rockville, and Gary Pausner, and Kat, Louise Cox, and Julie, and Hoda, and Ruth in Birmingham, and Jenny in Suffolk, and Ellie and Diane, and Jamie, my friend Jamie and Bigger in Victoria, and Amanda, and Jaden who did the tech, and Aloysius, I didn't see you earlier, but good that you are here and driving somewhere, and Annette, and Kathy, and Bronwyn, and Kate, and Amos, and Elrose. So goodbye to everybody on the daily, not the weekly, not the monthly, not the annual, but the daily antidote of song. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good day. Have a sunshiny day.